we are such clever creatures, but at the same time, I think there is the occasion where actually we might be too smart for our own good.
We could be really clever but really stupid. We're the type of people that can make the most incredible devices and technology that can really advance the world into such wonders. Like you look at these films that you've seen, like Back to the Future, Terminator, all these things, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, that would be bad if that happens. But the more we grow and the more technology advances, it is kind of like shit that could happen.
You know what's
that
taking
could
me
come a day.
You know what's taking me back to just mentioning about the VR? I mean, probably a few years back, you thought, this whole sort of being within a game, it's never going to happen. Now we've got VR and you've seen films such as like Ready Player One. It's possible, isn't it?
We're not far off, yeah.
I mean,
look how much the span of time that is. It's not very long at all. Like, we are like progressing so rapidly to the point where it's like, we need to be careful we're not too ahead of ourselves.
When did the 360 come out? And look, from there to now,
2006.
Something like that, yeah.
2005, 2006.
How much we've progressed in gaming.
It is really crazy to think. One other thing that I was going to mention to you guys was about technological progression in terms of war and how that could be used. Because obviously with AI, there's talks about building like robotic, manufacturing and all of that sort of thing in, constructs and an arsenal of war, which is a really terrifying thing. Because you can genuinely say, like Elon Musk goes on about this, and he spoke about this quite a lot, about how dangerous it is, getting too advanced with AI and biting off a bit more than we can chew with it. And it's all well and good having those sorts of caps, but at the end of the day, there is conflict, and there always will be, between certain countries around the world, and that's never going to change. It's never going to
be resolved.
As much as you can say, you're never going to know what the other side's thinking, and there will always be that idea of being a step ahead, and there will always be that idea and craving for power. So it does make you wonder, behind closed doors, what are other countries doing, and what are they thinking about each other? Like, what sort of technological advances are they making in terms of weaponry, and what are their sort of what's their ambition towards it? Like, what are they thinking? Are they going to try and make these sorts of Terminator-like machines?
Well,
absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very sort of worrying to think what that other person's thinking. And it does make things inevitable that it could end up, happening.
What's that, Neve?
Another thing with war, you've got countries that have so much money and a lot that's put into their sort of armies and stuff, such as America. And then you've got all these other countries that they probably go to war with. They're just going to obliterate them. They've got all this technology. I mean, they don't even have to be there. They could just send like a drone
up in the sky,
completely destroy a whole town or whatever.
But this is the point that Ben makes as well. How we're not always so sure. We're not always so certain of like what other nations are making. I mean, like we've got all this stuff. We've got like the Trident project and stuff, and like those submarine nukes and stuff, which surround our country, which is all well and good. But it's like, we still have no idea. Like, I think the US, I think it was last year or the year before, they had spent just over $200 trillion on their military hardware and stuff.
Yeah.
I think you guys might have seen it as well. There's like videos of, you've seen like, it's like robot dogs.
It's the Black Mirror episode.
No.
All of it sounds like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, it does. But no, it's like these robotic four-legged beings that they've made.
Yeah.
They're supposed to, they sort of just bounce around. You get those funny videos where they flip on their sides.
Where they like flipping around and they're mecking up.
If you search it, you'll know. But it's like it's these things where basically they're designed for carrying heavy weight for soldiers when they go, traveling across, wilderness or whatever. But the machinery is so clever. They built a version of it where it was able to do somersaults. It could do backflips and front flips, and it could crawl and stuff like that. And it's like, it's really crazy how progressive it is, but at the same time, like, is it worth putting a cap on it? Like, how much restraint should we give ourselves before
just
again,
think
you get like a Terminator situation or something?
That's fucking clever, though, isn't it? You can make a bloody
yeah.
robot.
I think it's really scary. I won't lie, because like everyone says, "Oh, we shouldn't let Terminator happen." Yet you see these advancements, and it's low-key like, what if Terminator happens? What if one day a robot just figures out, "Oh, you know what? I don't really want to obey you anymore," and
Have
then
you seen the
he's able
Sophie?
to overcome it.
Have you seen the Sophie bot? So it's
So
like
that-
AI, it's like an AI bot
Yeah.
talk system. But yeah, it's so sophisticated. Like, you can have a proper conversation with it and stuff.
Shit.
And there's always people on social media that see the stuff and they go, "Oh, we're all gonna die," you know. And like, it's gonna get clever. But it is scarily clever. But again, the fact that it goes onto social media, like, you know, across your Facebook and stuff, and everyone sees it, and it's just like, and a lot of people start going, "Oh, you know, well, I saw this on Facebook, I saw this on Twitter." And, you know, social media is a really strong way to, of course, get those messages across.